It's high life, baby.
Young Aries in the cut, nigga.
Play this in the car while you're riding. Turn it on when you're with your little baby. Cut it up while you're mobbing through the city. Hear the vibe and it feels so amazing. Play this in the car while you're riding. Turn it on when you're with your little baby. Cut it up while you're mobbing through the city. Hear the vibe and it feels so amazing. And go, I don't look like what I've been through. I done stayed down, I done stayed true. I done looked out, I've been lied on. They trying out my life, still give my shine on. God done looked out, I've been reckless. I got the good vibe.
What's happening, Hubies? Welcome to the third installment of RiHuBe. Glad to have you with us. And I mean, this is only the third episode. I feel like I've been doing this forever. Probably because these episodes are an hour long, which means we already successfully shot RiHuBe the movie. Congratulate yourselves, you know, even though you didn't do shit. But that's what we like to do. And as always, we're going to get into it with our Monday morning motivation. All right, of course, starting always, of course, with my dear friend, Anthony Highland. All right, he got something right here. I queued it up. Not sure what's going on with it, you know, because I hear these things when you guys hear these things. Okay, so without further ado, Highland High.
What's going on, guys? I had a little bit on my mind, so I figured I'd go live and just kind of share with you guys.
That's the first thing you want to do when you think of a thing.
As I didn't go live at 9/11, but I definitely sent my my condolences.
It says this was made on 9/11. You say you didn't go live on 9/11?
On a webinar, I'm sorry, on how to create your online course. And I shared it with the individuals that were watching, and I took it down afterwards. But I want to help you guys.
Tell us about a video you shared it and took down.
Warrior hours.
Great.
And these are hours that you literally dedicate to yourself.
Oh.
These are hours that you dedicate to building your brand or building your business or even just building yourself up. And
like working.
Yeah, so let's jump into it. So there are three major aspects of developing what I consider warrior hours.
Okay.
One is finding the warrior within
He's using his
yourself.
finger with the counting.
So what I did was I went online.
And I can't help but realize it looks like he just chewed all his nails off.
Culture and connection means everything.
Like I got nails on my nails.
If I don't feel culturally attached to something, then I'm not going to be connected to it.
Okay.
In terms of me personally. So I want to start right there in terms of developing the warrior that is within you. And whatever you're a warrior for, whether it be standing up for...
Why did I think of the Indian in the cupboard when he said that?
Speaking, poetry, whatever your vice is, that is what you are a warrior for. You fight.
Whatever your vice is?
The second piece to it,
a vice is a personal quality that works to your detriment, like a drug addiction.
In order to do that, whether it's in the morning, in the afternoon, or in the evening, for me, it's between the hours of 10 p.m. and 12 p.m. Typically, because I don't go to sleep until late, and my wife
and 12 p.m.
My kids are typically asleep
the
by
next
8:30.
day.
9 o'clock is pushing it, and my wife's in bed by 9:30.
Did you mean 12 a.m.?
So between 10 and 12, all I'm doing is working on me. Whether I'm going live and helping you guys out and trying to teach you guys and inspire you guys, or if I'm
helping us out.
On my course earlier.
So grateful.
I'm sorry, my webinar earlier. Whether it's reading a book, I actually have 2 books.
There's with the books
I'm
again.
Right now, and
reading books.
I'm all about self-development.
I tell you right now, I'm never reading books. I'm not doing it.
I can't tell you guys to do something that I myself am not doing.
And it doesn't make me an idiot.
That I'm reading right here. One of the officers on my ship gave this to me, and it has literally transformed the way I think about business,
2019.
The way I think about life.
Fuck that.
And just the holistic approach to
what?
developing that warrior, right? And this is the second book that I'm reading right here.
It says 1 million followers.
So
how I built a massive
I
social
just want to show
following.
you guys that I'm not just
Blah, blah,
talking
blah.
about it, I'm actually being about it. So these are things that, I'm reading, I'm researching, I'm making sure that I stay up on.
Let's be clear.
What the current
Reading
trends
is
are,
not doing
the
a
market
thing.
that, I'm breaking
Reading
into and things of that nature.
is almost
So
literally
develop those specific hours
understanding
that you
other people doing a
dedicate
thing.
to developing yourself and developing your brand. Now the third piece to that is
okay.
be flexible and be creative with your hours.
Okay.
So like I told you guys in the beginning, what's up, King? Find that warrior, right? So my warrior is helping people, right?
Oh, he said,
Helping
"What's
people
up, King?" The
become better
dude said, "What's up, King?"
helping
too.
people become booked.
Is that a thing? A
Helping
cute thing they
people,
do with each other?
Accomplish their dreams, accomplish their goals, get their entrepreneurial endeavors off the ground. Those types of things. That is what I'm a warrior for, because I love helping people and I love talking to people.
Is that right?
So my warrior hours between 10 p.m. and 12 p.m. Now the piece that I'm talking about about being creative and
Learn to
essentially
tell
being
time. Do you
flexible is,
mean 12
I don't
p.m.?
always read. I don't always study. I don't always research.
Yo, 'cause that's a
Sometimes I will literally
14-hour
just
shift.
meditate for 2 hours. I'll literally go on Pandora and I'll put on the Saxophone Summit Radio.
You said meditate
Just
for
because
2
I really
hours.
like the sound of the saxophone. And
Then you
they
must
just have
really
some
mean 10 p.m. to 12
really
p.m.
boring,
Because
tunes on
10
there,
p.m. to
and
12 a.m.
it
would be
just
your whole 2
allows
hours,
me
your
to-
whole
to
warrior
just
hours there.
freely flow through thoughts, maybe some ideas that I may have.
Freely
I just
flow through
write them
thoughts, like
down
thinking?
and just kind of go through the process of, you know what, maybe this is a good idea, maybe this is not a good idea, maybe this is a good idea, maybe
Like
this is not a
thinking,
good
like you already
idea.
said.
And then oftentimes poems might come to me as well.
Oh, no, bro.
A topic of a poem to write, or a metaphor, or just a crazy
Poems
bar
never
hit
come to me.
And I'll be like, yo, I don't know where I'm gonna put that, but I'm gonna put that somewhere. So in that, I want you guys to be creative. So the first part is figure out what you are a warrior for by developing that warrior within you. Because
Okay,
it
so
exists
get your shit
within you.
together.
If you don't know it already, it exists already within you.
Okay, that's the first step.
second piece is dedicate warrior hours. Specific set of hours, whether it be 1 hour, whether it be 2 hours.
Okay,
whether it
so
be 3
then
hours, whatever
find time
you
to
choose
keep your shit
put down.
together.
For me, it's 2 hours. 10 p.m., 12 p.m. I'm just working on
Just summing it up for you
I'm
guys.
meditating. Figuring out what I want to do.
Don't
next.
meditate.
I'm writing out
Okay,
my
you
goals.
just go to sleep if you need to.
I just recently started doing yoga in my physical therapy, and it's been
I don't believe that.
amazing for me. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna add yoga to my warrior hours. Your warrior hours are for you.
You only
and
got
you
2
only.
hours, wasn't
You
it? Or
shut
was it really
everything out.
14?
When I'm in my warrior hours, my wife knows. I said my wife's. Oh Lord, she's gonna kill me. My wife knows not to bother me at all because I'm in my zone, right?
Tell your wife
My
not to bother
kids
you.
know, hey, daddy's working on the laptop. Hey, I need to leave him alone, right? And mind you, 10 to 12, they're not up anyway.
10 p.m. to 12
it's because my wife has stayed up to either watch something with me. We watched the show American Ninja Warrior. It's a really decent show. We really love it. I recommend it. It's a gut wrencher.
You
And
recommend
my kids,
Ninja Warrior.
they in the bed before 9 o'clock.
It's profound.
8:30 at the bare minimum. They get their baths. 8 o'clock we winding them down. 8:30. I don't care where we are, whether we're traveling.
Did you have to say that they bathe?
They are going down to bed.
I would
And my
hope
daughter
they
tell
do.
me, bed, I go sleep now. Hell yeah, you go to sleep. Let's go. Go get mommy.
Was that
a
an
kiss,
impression
and we
of
going
the
to sleep.
kids?
Absolutely. I mean, you going to sleep. I'm not going to sleep. So I absolutely positively recommend that you figure out and you develop your warrior hours.
All right.
So, I want to
So get
recap
your
for
shit
you guys
together.
that just came on.
Right, recap, please.
3 things to do.
There's those fingers
Actionable
again, man.
items, like Jay-Z says. Lord, Jay-Z, whole nother conversation for a whole nother day. The first thing is figure out what you are a warrior for. What do you speak up for? What do you stand for?
Right.
That's a better
So get
question.
your shit together.
What do you stand for?
All right.
And do you stand on it?
We on
That's
another
the biggest
tangent.
piece. I'm going to add that right there. I'm not going to say find the warrior within you. I'm going to ask you, what do you stand for?
So we
I want
just
you to write
changed
it
the
down,
first
right?
the first
The
one.
second piece is develop a specific set of hours throughout the day, whether it be 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. I call it warrior hours. Now, if you want to do 30 minutes here, 30 minutes there, at the bare minimum.
But there's
you
no
have to
more
do at least
warrior. Now
1
it's standing
hour.
on some
You have to
shit.
spend
So
at
why would
least
it still be
1
warrior
hour
hours? If
on
you're standing
yourself.
on shit hours.
At least 1 hour. whether it's 10 minutes here, 10 minutes here, 10 minutes here, 10 minutes here, it has to equal 1 hour.
When you say whether it's, you have to
be
say different things, not 10 minutes.
Don't always do the same thing within that hour or within that 2 hours. I choose to do 2 hours just because I truly believe.
So it is 2 hours.
And
10 p.m. to 12
one of the best
a.m.
things that you can make to yourself, as well as for the universe, because my
Oh,
grandma always
shit.
told me, you can't pour from an empty glass. I can't pour into my wife if I'm completely empty. I can't pour into my kids if I'm completely empty. I can't pour into my mentees if I'm completely empty. I can't pour into my sailors if I'm completely empty. I can't pour into my business partners or into networking events if
This
I am
sounds
empty.
crazy, this analogy, this whole
So I
pour
have
into
to continue
thing.
to fill myself. You have to continue to fill yourself, because
I was
it
about to
makes
really go
no
in on it
sense
until he said
for
the
you
kids. I'm not
spend
gonna do that.
These buku amounts of time,
Buku.
right, developing everyone else but yourself.
Well, that's what it sounds like you told us to
And
do.
this is something as simple
Those
as
fucking books.
take a course, watch a webinar. There's so much.
Those are not things, by the way,
free
guys.
resources, so many free resources out there that there's no reason why you shouldn't be working on yourself.
If you don't
There's
follow
no reason
those
why you
elements
shouldn't
with
be
an
making
actionable
passive income. There's
item,
no reason why you shouldn't
you
have
didn't do anything.
multiple streams of income, right?
Multiple streams of
And
income.
for
Here
me,
goes with the shit.
developing those warrior
Or you could just have
hours
one
is what allowed
huge
me
one.
to I guess
That is also
what's the
viable.
word I'm looking for? Expand my brand and continue to do things that align with my passion. How did you do that? Okay, I'll frame it out for you. Let's see. How are we at? All right, we
please.
about 10 minutes. Okay, I'm gonna go probably to
keep in
about
time.
15, and then I'm gonna go ahead and get off. Because I still have roughly a little under an hour, and I still got some reading I need to do. So in the beginning, right? This is the beginning.
Don't let us keep you
stages
from your
of
reading,
what I
you
now
know?
call my warrior hours, right?
Okay.
In the beginning, when
With
I
no
first
warrior
started
part
speaking,
now.
one thing that I did was I assessed the market when I was in college, right? Initially, for those of you that don't know, I studied mass communications.
Okay.
I was originally going to be a sociology major. However, I looked at the course material and I was
Close
like,
enough.
I don't think I want to do that. So then my awesome mentor, second mama, Mama Bradford, she kind of yoked me up. Bam, let's go do mass comm. I'm like, okay, cool.
Not gonna touch
And then
that
when
one.
I continued to navigate that space while in college, and I'm not going to go through all of the things that I did in college because it was a lot. I just want to get straight to the public speaking. I always knew I had a knack for speaking, but it came through my poetry, right? Remember I talked about what do you stand for, right? So in my poetry, I allowed myself
And
to
not
heal
warrior
from
shit
things
in
that
the
I was
warrior
dealing with.
hours.
I allowed myself to speak out about issues, and I still do it to this day. Speak out about issues that are going on in the world right now that might not be getting, the media coverage that they should or the attention that they should.
Right.
Things of that nature. I can highlight them.
It's 'cause we
in my
need you to
pieces,
do
right?
that.
So then I flipped that to public speaking. I said, okay,
Flipped
I know
it.
how colleges work. I'm in a fraternity. Okay, cool. And I would just
Flipped it.
ask, what's your budget? For speakers. Oh, well, we don't really have a budget. I said, okay, all right, I need to do something because what I'm not going to continue doing is, and the Joker said this in the Dark Knight, when you're good at
Yes.
something, don't do it for free.
Right.
I truly believe that in the beginning, sometimes you have to do it for free. But
All right, I'll
in
give
the
you that
process
one.
of doing it for free, you're securing so much more paid gigs and paid
something like that.
opportunities that you doing it for free really and truly isn't free at the end of the day.
It is though.
So I would ask, typically, the school spends, between $500
These
and $1,000.
impersonations.
I said, I'll
Whose
do it for
voice is
$250.
that?
I'll come speak for $250. Hey, for real? Yes, absolutely. And I can positively tell you
Don't give
that
the
not
numbers,
a single
dude.
engagement did I do. Let me make sure I'm absolutely right. Actually, let me not lie. I did two that were
Hey,
specifically
my advice: when you say stuff like this, don't give the numbers. All right? Because each venue has a different budgetary element when it comes to paying you.
I want to say 6 colleges.
So you don't want to get it in
that I
people's head
spoke
that
at.
250
While
is your
in
number,
college,
because they might give you more.
each one paid me more than $250. Because after I presented my material, after I finished performing,
just so
after I
explosive.
got off that stage, they looked like, whoa.
Okay.
There's no way we can just give you $250 and just let you waltz on up out of here. Nah.
'Cause he be
we gotta
waltzing.
give you more. And me personally, $250 is all I ask for. Anything
Me
past that
personally,
is a
me
blessing.
myself personally.
So, for those of you that have a talent, that have, a business,
Quality
or,
public speaking
that,
right there.
that are building a brand, sometimes you have to price point yourself at a specific place. You choose
Right
your
point
worth.
yourself.
No
You
one
heard
else.
him.
A mentor said to me, people don't pay for a service, they pay for value. So when you're providing value to someone's life, they'll know when they're undervaluing you. They'll know when they're
yes and
undercutting
no
you
there.
for the service that you're providing, for the value that you're adding to their life. Now, it's through a service, through a performance,
He's on to
through a
something.
product. However, you're adding value in some aspect of their life. Think about it. After I was speaking, I said, okay, I'm doing all these free gigs. Okay, I'm going to write a book. I wrote a book. The Purpose of Power. It's available on Amazon. Go copy it.
You heard it.
After that,
Somebody
I
read
said,
that
okay,
and tell me.
All right, what's
Tell me what
next?
the fuck is in
Because
there.
you're only as good as your last project, right? Then I published a spoken
Only
word
funky
album.
as your last
Boom.
cut.
Metaphorically
Andre
speaking,
3000.
available on all platforms, right? Then I said,
Oh, it's another
that's
book?
not enough.
Somebody read
What
those
happens
and
if
tell
I'm
me-
not getting paid from that,
tell me what the
there?
fuck is in
While
it.
I'm performing, why wear someone else's clothes when I can wear my own brand? Boom, started a t-shirt line, Greatness Tees,
Boom.
right? So now I have the multiple streams,
didn't even catch the bombs
right,
coming in.
that I talk about during my warrior hours.
Mm-hmm.
Why am I saying all of this? Those warrior hours are purposeful. You are to use that time to develop yourself. Use that time to work on yourself. And the things that you want to get out of life, you manifest during those hours. Ladies and gentlemen,
don't think so.
love you guys. Thank you so
It's a
much
very
for
small
tuning in.
period of
If you
time.
have any questions, feel free to inbox me. And from here, I'll recap. Number 1, what do you stand for? Write it down.
Not warrior
2,
shit though. For the warrior
develop
hours.
those hours throughout the day that you're going to dedicate to improving yourself.
Pick a time.
And number 3, be flexible and be creative. I love you guys. Remember, God is peace,
I don't know.
God is love, and God is everything. You guys have a good night.
All right, let me just say that about 9/11, okay? It is not disrespectful for you to live your life on 9/11, okay? Please go ahead and keep doing that. All right, the world does not stop on 9/11. If anything, in the memory of the people you lose, you keep living. You know, as they say, life is for the living, right? You know, so to that effect, condolences to those families. You know, but I'm sure those people kept on living and would allow everyone else to keep on living, you know, in spite of their loss. You feel me? But that's our Highland High Monday morning motivation. And you know what we're going to do right now? We're going to get right into Ben, all right? Because Ben told me that he created some content in response to my podcast here. So I'm gonna try to find that. All right, and let me tell you. So let me tell you about me, I guess. Now, I didn't necessarily want to do all of this, but these guys were challenging me, and they continued to do it even though I asked them to stop. So it just kind of ended in this right here. And when a guy tells me that he's creating something in response to what I created, that makes me smile. Okay? A lot. And people who know me like that know I don't really smile that often because I really be in the shits. Like, that's the shit that makes me smile if I'm all the way in the shits and shit is getting crazy. You know, but you just don't want to live your life that way. You know, so when Ben told me he made something, you know, in response to me, that made me smile. Let's see if we found it right here. I think we did.
And on another beautiful day.
All right.
What up, world? It's your man, Ben Bach. I'm out here again on another beautiful
Ben
day
backwards.
with this hope, this encouragement, and this motivation, guys. So I'm pumped up and geeked up and super excited to share some information with you guys today. And it's
Super
basically what I
excited.
was telling you guys about getting my values in order, right? Like getting in full alignment.
So,
managing
what you
my
already
time,
told us,
doing
huh?
those things that I feel as though is going to be right for me and right for my family and right with God. So it's just like,
Of course,
this video
they
I'm
got
going to
God
dedicate
again.
to my man, RiHuBe. He got a new podcast out or whatever. It's called Ridiculous Human Beings.
If this by
Ridiculous Human Beings, but he got a short term phrase for it. I see you.
if this
But it's
by
just like,
rap
his
rules, he
podcast,
said my
he
name.
roasted
This is
me
like
really
a
quick.
official
And then
beef.
in our group chat, like one of my friends actually commented on his name Dede or whatever. And he made me realize something.
Dede or
really
whatever. What
key
is his
to
name?
One of the Facebook's lives that I recently did, and in that Facebook live, what I was saying is just like, yo, the reason I was losing in life It's because I didn't
Why
have
you
my
doing that?
priorities in order. And it's just like, for me personally, my priorities is that I wanted to live by, that I wasn't living by, was God first, family second, business third.
We don't do
And
that,
I wasn't
baby.
living by that. And then my man Data, he made a comment on it in our group chat, and what he said is just like, yo, you wasn't failing in life because you didn't put God first. You was failing in life because you didn't develop
I would
adequate
never
skills.
admit that I was
And he
failing in life, by the
absolutely
way.
right with that. But the truth is, the reason I didn't develop adequate skills is I was so focused on money, and I just ignored everything else that was important to me. So it's just
Sounds
like whenever there was
backwards,
an
but
opportunity
okay.
to make some money, like I jumped on it. I didn't stick with it long enough to develop a skill where I could develop income for it. So it's just like, here's the keys for the success, and this is what I'm on now. So it's just like what I've decided to do is
A lot of words
I'm gonna
got
live
said.
life by
I
my
don't think
way,
I caught
develop the
any
skills that I want to develop
any
and
meaning.
live life how I want to live. And for me personally, like, of course you would
They're
have to
both with
figure
the
it
me
out,
personally.
like how your life wanted to be lived. So it's just like I'm designing my life. I'm designing my future, right?
It's called making
So it's
decisions.
just like for me, like I said, it's God first, family second, business third. So I sat down with my wife on Sunday, and we was like, yo, all right, we're aligned with that. God first, family second, business third.
Both of them with
so
the
it's just
wives?
like, yo, what do we have to do every week and every day for God? We wrote that down. What do we have
You
to do
wrote
as a
it down?
family? Make sure.
Tell me
we
what
wrote
that
down.
is.
So it's just like I have these responsibilities
God.
for God. I have these responsibilities for my family. And it's just like whatever time is left, that's for my business, God. So what I realized is only 168
But what was the
hours
God part?
in a week. In some way,
Somebody
I
hit
have
me
to
on
devote,
Twitter or something.
allocate
Tell me
some time
what are
to
the things you
family,
need to do for
allocate
God.
some time to God, and then
'Cause I'm
allocate
sure I
some
haven't been
time
doing them.
to my business, right? So it's just like, how did that work out for me? So it's just like I sat down and it's just like meticulously, like every hour of my day, right? And it's just like I want to get down to minutes at some point, but it's just like I got to a point where it's just like every hour of my day I decided what I wanted to do, and it's just like.
What is this? This is
what
about
I did
7
is just
minutes.
like I blocked out my schedule. It's just like
Oh,
these are
9
the
minutes.
things that are important to me, God and family. So it's just like after doing that,
Of God and
it's just like I
family.
realized how much time I had for myself.
None of
personal
those really
growth,
make
and for my
money,
business, guys, and it's
by the
crazy.
way.
So it's just like and because I have work in there as well.
I think money's
as
the
I look
whole
at my
goal, the
week,
whole issue
it's
here.
wild. Like I only have 2 hours Monday through Thursday for myself, guys. That's crazy. So after I devote my time to God, after I devote my time to family,
Then we need to
after I
ease
spend
up on
40
some of
hours
that
at
God
work,
time
like
then.
Monday
Shit.
through Thursday, I only have 2 hours for myself. And then Saturday, I have 12 hours to myself and for my business. And then Sunday, I got about 7 hours for myself and my business. And here's what's important,
It's not
guys.
hours, though.
I got to maximize those hours. It's just like the goal is I don't want just 2 hours to myself every day. So I got to be strategic with my time, develop these skills. So eventually, I'll have maybe 5 hours every day, then 10 hours every day, then my whole 24
This is a math
hours.
class,
So it's
is
just
what it is. This is, I think.
Sometimes it's hard to manage your time because we don't know what we want. And I remember having that conversation with my wife this morning. On Sunday, just like, yo, what do you want out of your life? It's just like, what do you want personally
Bro,
for
I
yourself? Like,
I
what
wouldn't
skills
have
do you
that
develop? How do you want to
conversation
develop as
with a
human
wife,
being, right?
man.
It's just like you want those type of goals. You want family goals. Like, how do you
I
want
think a
our
woman
family to live? What
expects
type of
you to
vacations do
know
want
that.
to
If
go
you're the
on?
man
How
and you're in
often
the
do you want
lead,
to have a date night?
a leading
how
role,
much money do you want to make? Like, what contribution you want to make
she
to
expects you
society?
to just
So
know
it's
that
like I really went down
and execute.
everything that I wanted in life, and it's just like, because I know what I want now, I know what I need to do every single day. So it's just like I'm gonna help you guys out because I'm gonna go ahead and break down what it is that I want, and it's just like I encourage you guys to do the same. Like
Helping
find
us,
out
huh?
what it is that you wake up, what it is that you want out of life. So every day that you wake up, you're actually working towards what you want. Like you're not spending no time. And here's the thing: it's funny, right? So it's just like so
Is it
oftentimes it's so easy to get off track. So now I have my schedule. So when somebody wants to take some of my time, like it's easy for me to say no now. For example,
Video
my
has
aunt called
nothing to
last
do with me,
night.
by the way. So now
yesterday in the
I'm
middle of the day,
angry.
like I already had my schedule, and she was like, "Yo, I need you to do something for me tonight," and I'm just like, "What do you need?" She told me what she needed, and I was just like, "Yo, I can't do that today because I already had plans." And it's just like I'll find a way to fit you into my schedule.
this the
tomorrow,
wife?
and we could work that out. And it's just like I talked to that about my wife. So here are some of the things that I want to do with my life, and this is how I'm breaking it down. So it's just like
Yo,
these are just
you
my
make time for
business
the
goals.
wife.
Like, maybe another day we'll get into my God goals and my family goals, but I know
Please
we
get
all
into
wanna
the
make
God
money,
goals.
we
I
all
need
wanna be
that.
happy. We all want to find traits that we like. So it's just like it's all over the place right now, but it's a start for me. So it's just like yo, I want to get verified on IG, right? Instagram. I want to do
Frivolous.
like get a certification through ET's program, Game Changers or whatever.
Oh, no,
I want
no.
to like master the different personalities type, so me and my wife we can have a better relationship, so I can connect with
Bullshit.
other people and teach them about themselves. Because
Please
we're all
don't do that.
different. Like there are 4 personality types in the world.
Bullshit.
I know everybody's not like me, so just like I want to 1 understand myself better, and 2 understand how I can
Bullshit.
interact
Don't
with
fall
other
into that
people better.
science
So I wanna
bullshit,
learn
man.
that. I want to write an ebook on time management, on marriages. I
That seems like it should
course on
be up
time
first.
management. I want my blog.
Oh, you want a
monetize
course
YouTube.
after
I
the
want
book?
to master LinkedIn.
So you
I
don't
wanna turn
know
my
about
annual
it.
income into my monthly income. I want to
Bullshit.
attend ET conferences, Tony Robbins
No,
conferences.
no,
on
no,
a
no, no.
consistent basis. I want to have my daddy-daughter week. So these are some of the things
That
I
sounds
want
like
out of
that
my
should
life.
be
It's like what I
fucking
need to put to a
first.
structure or a plan to achieve those every day. So these are things that I'm writing down every single day. And it's just like, I have to find out, like, what's the best use of my time to achieve these every day.
You could cut
And so
out
it's just like, I got
fucking
5 streams
Tony
of income
Robbins
that
and
I'm working towards
ET.
achieving. So it's just like, I want to be a speaker, I want to be an author, I want to be a blogger, I want to be a coach, and I want to be an influencer. So those are 5 streams of income
Pick
that
one.
I can work towards. And if I hit those 5 streams of income, I can buy my time back.
Pick
So every
fucking
single
one.
day I wake up, I'm working towards those 5 streams of income. So it's just like I said, man, I understand, like, yo, it's only 168 hours in a week. And it's just like,
that
after
right?
putting my God first, my family second, on Monday through Thursday, like, I only have 2
24
hours every
times
single
7?
day to hit my goals, right?
That's about
And
right.
then on the weekends, like, I have a full day. And it's not necessarily a full day. Like, I only have 12 hours to, like, on Saturday, like, I'm banging it out. Like,
I mean, you're not
else,
gonna be
like,
up for
Saturday,
24.
I'm hearing it. Because I know, like, I don't have that much time. And guys, like, when we
I
realize
presume
we
a part of
don't
that
have
was
that much
spent
time, like,
sleeping.
we'll start taking our time more seriously. Like, we won't waste it on doing things that are unnecessary or unimportant. And here's
Like
the
going
important
to
part, too.
ET
on
and
Sundays,
Tony
like,
Robbins.
I actually schedule time to chill, because what I realize is I actually sleep time too. It's just like, yo, we get into this idea. It's just like entrepreneurs, like, they don't sleep. After
Bullshit.
I schedule 7 hours of sleep into my day. Like,
Said
I was
F
like,
that. He didn't say fuck.
being burnt out,
F
being all
it.
tired. Because I could pull all nights. I could
You're
go
grown-
4
you're
hours,
grown up or
5
not?
hours of sleep. But what I realized
Say
is
fuck.
the times that I do that, like, I could go strong 3 weeks and then I crash. And I got to sleep like for 12 hours every single day to get
Yeah,
back on my
'cause
feet.
you know,
By the
people-
time I get
humans
back
need
on
to
my feet,
sleep. That's
a week
why.
has passed. So what I did
we know
is I
that
scheduled
already.
7 hours of sleep into my day. And why did I put 7? Because I'm accounting for the days that somebody does intrude, where I got to do something for somebody else that I didn't plan for. So I might take an extra 2 hours.
Well, probably
So
fuck
specific
that
days
and
I
go
might
and
get like
keep your
5
ass
or maybe
sleep.
6 hours of sleep.
Tell a
The
motherfucker
goal
stop
is
having
7.
problems.
And if anything happens, I got that buffer, right? So that's what I'm working towards right there, guys.
You gonna have to wake me up.
Man, I thank you guys so much for jumping on, and it's just like, yo, and this is the serious
Is it
part,
like
and this is
your
the
own?
habit that I really want to develop, that I understand successful people have. It's just like every single night, like, I write out what I have to do the next day, and it's just like I'm working from a to-do list. If it ain't on my list, it ain't getting done. Right?
Oh,
It's
that's
just like-
bullshit.
it's
You
just
just
like I
said you
make sure that
you put some time
at
in for people
least, even if I
to
can't get
throw in
everything
frivolous
done on the
shit.
list, like, I make sure I get the top maybe 2 or 3 things done pronto. And just like all the other stuff can get done or not done, I want to get them done, but it's not going to make the biggest difference. But those top 2 things must
Okay,
be
make a
done.
list.
So
Don't-
that's what I wanted to share with you guys, man.
And
it's
don't
just
give
like
a shit about
continue doing this. And look, guys, this is the year we step up, set new standards, defy
There's the
odds,
magic.
dominate.
He's
Like, yo,
saying
we
the
gotta
thing.
go after our goals. We
Say
gotta
the
go
magic
after our
thing.
dreams. Like, we got to make a difference for ourselves, for our families, and for this world. And we got the potential to do it. We just got to use our time right to do it. And do what's right for us. Do what feels right for you.
Easily
Right?
said.
And nobody knows that but you. And it's just like, we got to spend time, like, actually sit down and figure out what we want. Not what somebody
What
else
if I
wants
wanna
for us,
stand
but
out?
what we want for ourselves. And that's when change. And not caring about what other
That's
people think
when-
about it, man. So thanks again for listening, guys, man. Like I said,
You're
step
welcome.
up, set new standards, defy odds.
There's the
and
magic
dominate,
chant.
man. We're going to crush it, man. Wow. Because dreams do come true. But number 1, we have
Is
to
that
dream
right?
it. Number 2, we have to believe it. And number 3, we got to grind every single day until we achieve it. And I see you, John.
Clapping and slapping the whole fucking-
Crystal, let's rock. All right, guys. You guys have a fantastic day. I'll catch y'all next time. Peace.
Slapping the camera up. What the fuck was that? Okay, I expected to hear something about me because he said my name in the thing. He said it was gonna be a response to me, and there was nothing related to me in there, and that Mek Meh Angry. And you know, speaking of, I realize I look forward to doing this podcast because I look forward to shredding those 2 guys. Okay, every podcast. And I was thinking about that one day, and I realized that I think they got me. You know, their motivational speeches motivate me to rip those speeches to shreds once a fucking week. That means I am now motivated by motivational speakers, and that make me angry. All right? And that's real shit. You know, just me thinking about the fact that it just works indirectly. You know what I'm saying? Because you you can't count it out. You know, the people who are in your life are just as important as people who aren't. You know what I'm saying? And I'm saying that to say you have to take the positive and the negative, the things people do and the things they don't do, and yourself too. You know what I'm saying? And the fact that I hate the shit that those guys say, and I'm able to create content for this podcast because of it, means that they are directly contributing to this, and that Mek Meh Angry. Okay. But you know, I could never be a motivational speaker because you gotta be a certain type of dude, you know, usually the type of dude that I call socially acceptable black guy. Now I know that there's a probably some guys out there who look a little radical, a little outrageous, or whatever the fuck you want to say, and they build a brand off of that and whatever the fuck. I ain't talking about them. Fuck that. Most of the time you gotta be clean cut, well shaven, and you just have to have that look, the socially acceptable black guy look. You know what I'm saying? Like you can fit in anywhere, and if you around the whites, they feel comfortable. You know what I'm saying? Those are the guys that the people like. And I ain't did nothing to nobody, but I just be looking too black for people. You know what I'm saying? I think it is the hair. There's just so much of it that people just be like, man, I don't know what to think about this guy. You feel me? And I just can't get it locked in. You feel me? Sometimes I go to club and they look at me, they look up and down. You know what I'm saying? I could be dressed just like anybody the fuck else. You know what I'm saying? And they start asking me questions, or they start asking the people I'm with, you know, if I'm with them. You feel me? Like I can't go in by myself. Because I might scare the whites. You know what I'm saying? Did I do anything to anybody? No, the fuck I didn't. No, the fuck I didn't. You feel me? But I can't tell that story, you know, because I'm a guy. You feel me? And this is just not the year of the guy. Oh, speaking of, shout to our podcast media dynamics coordinator, Jeep. He sent me something. He sent me something so fucking wonderful. All right? It was a tweet by CNN. All right? And it's for the video podcast. I'm going to try to put it up on the screen. It says, unlike the classic game, women will collect 240 Monopoly bucks when they pass go, while male players will collect the usual 200. It's a fun new take on the game that creates a world where women have an advantage, often enjoyed by men, the creators said. This is a new fucking game called Miss Monopoly. And it's MS too. She ain't married. You feel me? She must say his daughter or something. Miss Monopoly. Now, what the fuck? What the fuck? I see what we're trying to do here. You know what I'm saying? And if you think that these motherfuckers made this game because they give a shit about women, you're out of your fucking mind. All they trying to do is capitalize on a frame of mind that is running rampant right now, because people are foaming at the mouth with this understanding of equality between men and women, and this is not it. Okay, that's not what this is. It shows a picture of the game too, the box of the game, and at the bottom of the box it says the first game where women make more than men. Hold the fuck up. Hold the fuck all the way up. What game exists right now where part of the fucking rules is that the men need to make more than the women? What game? What is this? And you think that $40 is gonna guarantee you a fucking win? When some other motherfucker is just killing it with a gang of hotels and shit and some nice dice rolls? Fuck no. You could still get your ass beat. If anything, that's what the game will teach you. You could get an extra $40 every time you lap the board and still get your ass beat in the game. You know, shit is ridiculous. And every time people talk about that whole salary inequality shit, which I will acknowledge is very real. It's a very real thing. Okay, men do generally get paid more money for similar jobs, or similar in similar work areas. I get it. I fucking get it. But you know what most people don't talk about is that just like men have them too, there are work areas that are dominated by women. When men try to get in, they fucking can't. Any usually executive or administrative assistant roles or any kind of medical assistant or nursing is dominated by women overwhelmingly. And they getting checks. You know, and that didn't create this element of understanding in men that there needs to be equality in that area. We just understand that women just do that shit better. You know, they just hook it up way better than we ever could, and we just left it the fuck alone. But now we got Miss Monopoly here. I would absolutely adore playing this game with a woman, man. Adore it. And if I win, with all of your extra $40, that's what this game is. This game is actually not for women. I think the game is actually for men. This game is for men. Because if you're a man and you play in this game and you lose, you'll be like, you got an extra $40 every fucking turn. Yeah, yes, I lost. You know, you had more money. But if you win, you never hear the end of the shits, bro. Never, ever. And that just recalls, I guess, the original Monopoly where everybody got the same fucking money. Was it a fact that men were winning in the Monopoly game too? To the point where they just had to gave women an extra $40? The fuck was going on there? I'm telling you, these people trying to play y'all, man. These people trying to play y'all. Real shit. And I know they're gonna go noodles over that in New York, man, because this is where the fucking the liberal lesbian brigade is at, and I meant that. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing against lesbians, but that's who always leading the charge as far as women's rights and things are concerned. And I'm gonna say like this, y'all ladies out there who like men, be the fuck careful, because you got a bunch of lesies telling you how to be and what to do, operating in complete disregard for your relationship with some man. You know, and you're wondering why your relationships ain't working. Like you're mimicking women who like women. You know, so if you don't like women, like take a bit of the advice with a small grain of salt. Okay? Or you're gonna be bitter. You feel me? Wondering why men ain't wanting you. And wicked shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Because the men want women. We want women all the fucking time. You know, and that reminds me that every dude, I know so many dudes who are talking about women, you know what I'm saying? That it's the classic where the girls at conversation. They don't always say girls though, but you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? And some of these dudes got like baby moms and shit. So, and I know that. And I be looking at them like, why you asking that, or why you asking me that? You know what I'm saying? Like, you got a whole BM. And they BM and they moms and they sister, and everybody's always a big joint, and they always chasing some little chicks. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, you obviously like big joints. Like, why are you not just diving into a gang of big joints? You feel me? Because I'm gonna keep it G with you. This is what dudes want. And I have to believe it, because I just see it so fucking much that dudes just want big joints with slim faces. Okay? And that's just real. Big joints with slim faces. That's why you ever see big joints on the internet. You could tell she's a big joint by the selfies that she be posting. They post the shits with the selfie with the camera in the fucking sky. This is what we call a spider cam. The shit be on the angle. You feel me? And it gotta be like a fucking diagonal. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like you can see her face because she knows she got a slim ass face. You know what I'm saying? But the rest of this whole neck and chest section is just like, it's like a fucking cloud, man. Like, she don't show you enough for you to see what's really going on there. You know what I'm saying? Because look, if it's a big joint, 9 out of 10, you're gonna see some dead ass. All right? And there's gonna be some big ones, and you could tell when they're big because you could see the line in the middle just goes it just goes for a while, bro. Like, it just be there, and it's sliding the fuck down. You know what I'm saying? And you could tell, oh, that's a big joint, but they be cutting it off, you feel me, with the slim face, and you don't even know that it's a big joint. You know what I'm saying? Little do they know, these guys is diving into these big joints, man. You feel me? It's just what it is. You was a big joint, you was a big joint. You feel me? You got the slim face, you gonna be in there. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what these dudes are doing, and dudes is not admitting it either, but they keep picking them. That's just who they women be. You know what I'm saying? Correct me if I'm fucking wrong. It just be big joints. You know, and as I'm saying this, I'm understanding that people might be finding it a little bit funny, but this is the truth. You feel me? Check yourself. You feel me? Like, even I seen like rappers and shit who come, any rapper who comes in the game with a BM, you know, well, not any, but most, shorty be a big joint. You know what I'm saying? Or they don't be nothing like the broad that they end up with after the money. You know what I'm saying? Because that's really your section right there. Wherever you was at before the bread touched you, that's your section. And these boys be at big joints. Because that's what the fuck it is. You feel me? And when I was talking about that fucking, like, the big joints got the heavy cleave, baby. The cleavage be getting crazy. The heavy cleave. It be a heavy line down the center there. It just remind me of this fucking, I was on a train, man. And there was a guy there. And I didn't know he was homeless off top. You feel me? He just was fucking, yo, he came in the train and he had 2 suitcases. Off top, you got suitcases. I feel like you live somewhere, or you going somewhere maybe. And I gave him that, but I didn't really look at him. And then I looked at him, and my man had on some jeans on, and he had a jacket on. It's summertime, not summertime, but it's warm. He had a jacket on and no shirt. And I was just like, all right, maybe my man just really on his fucking 2001 Lloyd shit. And then he took his shoes off on a train, and he put his feet on the ground. I said, all right, that locks it in. You feel me? You's a homeless guy now. I know that. He started pulling shit out his bags and shit. He counted some pills. He put some pills in his hand. He counted the shits. He dropped them on the floor, put them back in the fucking bottle. And I was like, man, this dude is a fucking mess. You know what I'm saying? But I wasn't fucking around with him or nothing, because, you know, he got to live his life the way it is. You know, and I figure, you know, he just trying to get by until he was ready to get off the train. Okay? So I'm like, he seemed like a sensible guy until he was ready to get off the fucking train. My man grabbed his suitcases, and he got by the door, and he was like, my name is motherfucking Vin Diesel. Right there, I said, all right, bro, you're wildin', all right? Your head is in a nutball space, okay? Because you're not Vin Diesel. And right when I thought it wasn't going to get any stupider than that, my man started the most heinous chant that I've probably ever heard in my life. And he said it like 40 times. And there was mad old ladies on there. And I was crying laughing because they was on there looking shocked as shit. That man said he's Vin Diesel. And then he just started saying, live and uncut, deep into the butt. Live and uncut, deep into the butt. I have no idea. Yo, what band of brothers, or what bond, or what fucking organization this man belongs to where they chant that shit right there? Is that him trying to come up off a rap? Yo, bro, you homeless? You don't gotta go to work? You had all day to think of some hot shit, and you came up with live and uncut, deep into the butt? That was your bars, bro? You have to quit. You have to stop. If you have nothing but time to dedicate to a craft, to where you can sit down and try to think of the most immaculate thing one human being could say to the other, and what you come up with is live and uncut, deep into the butt? That Mek Meh Angry. Okay? What are you doing? And what is everybody else supposed to do with that? Like, who's on the train like, yo, I'm feeling that? You heard the part where he said, deep into the butt? Bro, first off, you homeless, bro. We have reason to believe you might have some hygiene-related issues. Don't talk about no butts. All right? Because it's just nasty coming from you. You feel me? Because in New York, period, we just spend too much time around other people's butts. I'm gonna tell you that. You know, because real shit, it gets me, yo, because sometimes you're walking up the stairs, there's so many fucking people, and you're walking up the stairs, you gotta walk in a single fucking file. If you're walking up a stairs and somebody's in front of you, their butt is just way too close to your face. Way too close. And sometimes I'm walking up the stairs and I'm usually looking downish, kinda. One reason I'm tired, because I'm usually going to work. Another reason I'm trying to keep my footing, you know what I'm saying? Because you don't want to be that dude who falls down the fucking stairs. And then I look up and there's a butt that Mek Meh Angry. And when dudes be violating on the sag, under the butt sag, and they're in front of you walking, Mek Meh Angry. Okay? But this is New York. You feel me? There's just way too many people here. And sometimes when you come in contact with the people, you're going to come in contact with a couple of butts. All right? Which makes it even more crazy that we like women's butts. You got it into your mind that you want to be handling or with and around a buttocks. And that's fucking nuts. You know what I'm saying? And don't get me wrong now. Even I'm over here talking shit to you, but if you're gonna let me get a sneak of the cheeks, I'm gonna take a sneak of the cheeks, you know? And then only afterward, I'm gonna be like, wow, that was a butt. And that's what the fuck that was. And it's so weird because if the woman's not yours, you just have no business around her butt. But if the woman is yours, you just have free, like, butt domain. You just have 100% butt domain. Which is crazy, you know, because we don't like to say it, but that's what it is. Like, oh, okay, you're my shorty now? All right, well, then I get to handle your butt. Because there's just infatuation with butts. But if you say that to somebody in public, they're gonna be like, you're nasty, you're crazy, you know? But that's what they're doing. They go in the house, see the woman, touch her butt. Touch your butt, you know? But on the other hand, if she just kind of throws her butt on you, then you might get a little shocked, might get a little startled, you know? You just can't have butt coming in hot. You know, you gotta see that coming. Or you gotta call before you come. Feel me? With that butt stuff. You know, that reminds me of when I saw old ladies, man. Old ladies. You know, if you're not from New York City, you know, then you probably don't really know. But on New York City subway, people really go hard for the seats. You know, they want to sit down. And it's a lot of out of shape. It be out of shape old ladies be the worst ones. Because they lead butt first. when they sit down. It's like pure gravity. Like when I sit, yo, I'm using my knees and my legs. Like it's a slow decline. I'm going to sit and I'm going to back up, you know what I'm saying? Because I can. Like my knees work, you know what I'm saying? And I'm going to just sit. I'm going to control myself. Yo, they just fall back, butt first, fall back, boom. You know, and sometimes they graze up your legs and shit with the butt, or they'll dead up, like almost sit on your lap, put a whole butt cheek on your lap, because they just slamming the butt down. You know, and I saw a lady do that, and it was a kid sitting in the seat next to her. And yo, she just came with the butt first, straight knocked his glasses like sideways. You feel me? Like, yo, she grazed his face with her butt. And this was a young kid. He couldn't have been more than 10 years old. You know what I'm saying? What did that do? What did that do to his brain? Fucked him up. You feel me? Because he looked around, and I saw him looked at me, and he had this look on his face like, what am I supposed to do? You know, and I had nothing for him. You feel me? You just got a butt graze across your face. Real shit. I don't even want to talk to you right now. Don't even want to talk to you, young sir. You're on your own. Old lady butt just grazed across your face, knocked your glasses sideways. He didn't even fix his glasses. He was just looking around like, oh, he was violated. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think he'll ever forget that shit. You got to be careful with that. Old ladies be bugging. Shit. And on that, I really don't know. What is that? Because you when you get a lady, you get some young lady butt, and then it turns to old lady butt. And then what do you do after that? Shit. So much to think about in life. You know, I guess most people just prefer not to think about it. And that was just talking about one part of the body. Sheesh. You got so many more parts. What the fuck do you do with all of them? I don't know. Married people, tell me. Tell me what the fuck that is, man. You know, you see the woman or you don't see the woman. And you wake up and you say, man, yes, this butt forever. On all of my stuff. I don't know. Help me out. You know, but we getting close to the end of our podcast here. I'm sorry, you know. Well, not really sorry, but pardon me for just filling up so much space with butts, because that's just a real thing, you know what I'm saying, on this planet. We just don't really understand what's happening with that, with us and butts, really. You know, but we got some other news about the podcast. You know, if you don't know, rate and review on iTunes. This is what we want. Rate and review on iTunes. Rate and review on iTunes. Apparently that does something really cool that'll help other people see me a lot, so that they can hear the heinous shit that I'm saying and then form opinions on that. And then maybe I could give more people this motherfucking smoke. You know, the smoking's in the roastings. Put them in a kin like it's din, smoking and roasting. Maybe I'll talk about that in the next podcast. Kin, din. I will, but not now. And shout out to Sam, Steady Rockin' Entertainment. You know, I was having some trouble managing the music for this podcast, and I realized that I know of a artist management company, an entertainment and promotion company, Steady Rockin' Entertainment. I'm not doing the work anymore. Fuck it. They're just gonna send me the music. You know what I'm saying? And we're gonna put the music on the podcast. It's just gonna be shit. I'm not gonna know these people. I'm not gonna know these songs. I'm gonna form opinions on them when I hear them, just like you do. You know what I mean? I'm gonna try to link the songs in the descriptions now. Shout out to everybody who's telling me to do that. And this podcast is moving, man. A lot better than expected. And that is scary for me. You know, maybe on another podcast I'll tell you why that's scary. You feel me? Because this is my brain, Hubies. You feel me? Because we're in the trust tree in the friendly fucking nest at the goddamn zoo. In my brain. And if you're hearing my brain and you think it sounds like your brain, fucking welcome to the podcast. All right? You're in the zoo with me. With me. And that's okay. You know, Youza HuBe. You've been living in a house for all your life. Go to the zoo. Fuck it. Ride it out. Nature and shit. You feel me? But I really do look forward to doing these podcasts, you know, because I like to curse and I like to say things, and sometimes I curse and say things, you know. And once we get the fucking social media moving with the Twitter and all that, because that's where people think their opinion really matters at, right? On Twitter, then we could just really get the fucking zoo barbecue, because it's just gonna be the smokings and the roastings all day. The smokings and the roastings. You feel me? Because I'm a HuBe. I'm a RiHuBe. Welcome to the fucking podcast. You feel me? And shout to Fits by Wave one more time. You always see the hats on the table. If you watch the video podcast, you'll see the hats on the table. I got to get the third hat on the table. I usually don't have 3 on the table, only because I be wearing them. I be fucking wearing them. You know what I'm saying? If you see me out and around nowadays, you're going to see me. I got one of them on. Tossed my old fitteds, man. We're making it fucking happen. And if you see the video podcast, I have a fucking Voorhees College shirt on. You feel me? That's my alma mater. Shout out to HBCUs. If you know about it, you know about it. If you don't, you don't. And this shit says new student orientation on it. This shirt have to be at least more than fucking 10 years old. Gotta be like 12 or 13 years old, which sounds fucking crazy. Yeah, it's about that. 11 or 12 years old, I don't know. You know, which says a lot about how much my body has changed over the past decade, because I'm very much still fitting this shirt. Because I haven't finished going through fucking puberty yet, guys. And there's always something fucking new. I grew like 3 chest hairs this year, yo. Fucking why? Fucking why? But that gets me to another conversation about body hair. Oh, I'm not even going to do it right now. Because we were supposed to have a special guest today, and we didn't do that. And he will be perfect for it. And I'm mad that I said that, because now he's going to try to be prepared for that. But he can't be prepared for that. There's no fucking way. All right? Because when you see fire in person, there's no way you're prepared. When shit goes up in flames in person, there's no fucking way you're prepared for this smoking and this goddamn roasting. You feel me? So, I mean, that about does it for the podcast. We still got a few minutes left, and with those minutes, I just want to give a shout out to all the big joints with the slim faces. I think I probably in my life, maybe 2-3 times, dunked on a big joint with a slim face. Mostly because the sensei, the guru, I'm not gonna say what that is right now, he straight told me that if you out here, if you like women, you know, and you letting a few pounds come between you and them, then you might be a gay guy. I don't know how true that is, but I would say that there is some truth to it on the truth scale. On the truth scale. I mean, if you're knocking off big joints, more power to you, bro. Do some push-ups, do some sit-ups, power the fuck up and power through. Do what you gotta do, bar. Fucking bar. Alright? That about wraps it up, Hubies. I appreciate y'all for listening. I will not thank y'all though, because I'm doing all the work. Alright? You just mash a few buttons, tune the fuck in. I'm doing all the work. Alright? And if I see you and you tell me that I gotta say thank you, that will make me. Okay? And I'm trying to keep it peaceful. But people just do stuff. Like, make a video. Say that the video is dedicated to me, and it's a response to the things that I'm saying, and then say nothing about the things that I was saying in the video. Making me angry. Okay, why did you say that? You lied, you liar. You lied. I just wanted to say my name in the video. And that made me. Yeah. Alright, bet. I see y'all next time. I didn't get black attacked in like 2 weeks, and I'm not even gonna tell you why. You know what I'm saying? My life has been a little bit more peaceful in some places. You feel me? But I'm still an angry motherfucker. And that's okay. Because we're in the trust tree and the friendliness and the fucking shit. And I'll catch you guys next week. Audio podcast drops on Mondays. Video podcast drops on Wednesdays. I've been writing that on social media, but why haven't I been saying it on the fucking podcast when I could have a bunch of times? I don't know. And Mek Angry, get out of here. Good night. Fuck yeah.